Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Most videos on my channel are pretty lighthearted. Crystal opening videos, grade offers, forum posts that, vary from new events to bugs. Yes, it's important if somebody's getting screwed over on a bug or if an offer is terrible. But, most of the time the stakes are pretty low. And I would like to remind everybody that this golden piggy bank is still the best deal we've ever seen for gold if you need gold and you have access to it. It is 1 million gold for $5, and I continue to preach that from the heavens because once it is gone, you're going to wish it was back. And just like those 7-hour crystals, we don't know when we're going to see them again. Although the golden piggy bank usually comes around 2 to 3 times a year, and I think those 7-hour crystals are going to be here about once a year during the Legends Celebration event, which is still one of the best things that's happened ever in the game. Years ago, we're talking 4 or 5 years ago, I was in an alliance, and I was clearly the weak link. I was not a great player, and I did so much arena, and I was starting up my YouTube channel, that I didn't have the war schedule that my alliance needed, and they wanted to kick me. And I totally understand why they wanted to kick me, and I'm sure there are way better players that could bring in to replace me. The problem was that we were finishing up a war, and I cleared up my stash to save us in the middle lane. At that point, it was back when you could put Killmonger on a power gain node, and everybody would just lose to him. It was a tough champion to get past, and I think I don't even remember how I got past him. Maybe with Blade. I don't know. Either way, I cleared up all my stash. We ended up winning the war. And before the war rewards got there, and that was one of those rare times where I think I actually played like one of the better players in the war because I cleared that path that had killed so many people. I got kicked before the war rewards even hit. And that caused me to go viral by making a video talking about how terrible it feels to be in an alliance where all of a sudden you go from thinking that you're at least going to be safe enough to get the rewards you earned to needing a new home. Now, it was truly a blessing because my next 2 alliances, of which the second one I'm still in, AOA, were the best 2 alliances I've ever been in, and I grew way more than I ever thought I could have in both of them as both a person and a summoner. So, I haven't covered this topic but a couple times in the last 5 years. But this was sent to my attention this weekend, and I think it is absolutely imperative that I talk about it. Because it's a Reddit post titled, "One of the officers of my alliance kicked everyone and was working with some other alliance. What can be done?" Now, what's really tough is that according to the terms of service of Kabam, there's really not much you can do. I just can't believe this is still happening in 2023. Human beings suck. Not everybody, There's a lot of great people out there. And I will say, on a day-to-day basis, I communicate with my alliance more than I do some of my family. And when I used to be really active before YouTube, I would communicate with them more than even my partner or my friends. Even though I don't know what these people look like, I don't know what they sound like, I don't know what their real names are, I just know what their line names are, and I'm sure the same could be said for Discord. But it didn't matter. We all played the same game, we all feel like a family. And there's a level of trust that you have with family, and when your family member kicks all the other family members out of the house and has been 2-timing you with somebody else, it's more than just the frustration of losing an alliance and having to restart. It's the frustration of trust. And those trust issues are real. And I have talked to many a counselor in the last 5 years and said, I know you know that I have trust issues. I know that I have trust issues. Let me tell you about this company called Kabam. Although in this case, this is not Kabam's fault. This is really no one's fault, it seems, but the person who kicked everybody out. And so Captain Lightning 8501 says, quite sadly but accurately, unfortunately not much. You can invite everyone back into the alliance and hopefully they'll all rejoin. If this was done by an opposing alliance for an easy alliance or victory, you can try reporting the player, account and alliance to Kabam support as well as the last screenshot And maybe they can dock points from them or something. I don't think there's anything specific in the commandment's terms and conditions. There's not. Regarding this kind of behavior, unfortunately, we can name and shame as a community, but I don't know if anything else can be done for certain. And if you click on this image, you can see that Popolitis 1939 is the big time D-bag in chief. And normally I don't like calling people out, but when people do this, I break my rules. And you could even see in this alliance retribution of the extremes. That's quite the irony name given the situation. You must take part in alliance events and be kind to everyone. Again, how ironic. Honest Abe is my first mate. Do respect whatever he says in an activity for 3 days period will be kicked. All reasonable laws. Look, as a community, we don't want these people to succeed. And I saw this happen a lot in the first couple of years. Haven't covered it too much. But the fact that it's still happening 8 years in, 9 years in, just really sad. So I hope this alliance is actually better for this. Maybe this video can help them recruit people, and in some way I can help. That's why I'm making this video. But in general, just like this rule says, be kind. Don't be a jerk. And don't kick people for no reason. Ugh, so sad.